Hello everyone, my name is Saksham Dikshit and this is my channel Pentest Diaries. So today I'll make another video on the same series of knowledge share, and in this video we are talking about the DDoS. So DDoS is one of the concept which I just want to get it explained in this video, and I just want to make you understand about the DDoS, then what are the controls we can make it from our side so that we can mitigate the DDoS effects. We can at least be on a safer side itself. What are the things we can do it at the time when the DDoS happened, or we can prepare our organization enterprise environment, or even for a personal user. Personal user is, I think, a rarest case in case of DDoS itself. It's hardly happened, but in case of enterprise environment, how can we prevent our enterprise environment from the DDoS attack? Everything I'll try to get it covered in this video. So we'll go further with that, and the tagline I have just mentioned, it's very clear about it. It was a DDoS, the Unbeatable Cyber Attack System. But even I've written, I have just mentioned a title is unbeatable, but the thing is that we can do that with the understanding, with proper controls to be in place, with the proper stuffs to be in place itself, we can prevent it. But in couple of cases, what actually the requirement, how totally depend on the infrastructure, depend on the like how many policies are appropriate to be in place itself, how many persons are fulfilled all those stuffs appropriately, the audits will be on time. Like I'm just telling you from the from all the point of view itself, like when you're working for enterprise environment, these are the things coming under. Like couple of guys will tell you like go for the DDoS protection. That was one of the things, but you can do that. But unfortunately, if you don't have appropriate stuff being in place, like either in the on the basis of the appliance, on the basis of the controls, on the basis of the you're not providing appropriate training to your people who are handling the complete infrastructure, then in that case definitely you can't solve the problem. Like DDoS is not the thing which you can deploy any appliance over there itself and you can solve. Like definitely there is a thing like you can identify the signatures, you can prevent that. But if you're talking about appropriately, like if I'm talking about in the later phase itself, when Gen AI or AI based DDoS will happen in future aspects, so it will require intelligence, and that intelligence definitely we require it from the human itself, so that we can train our models, we can use the AI in an appropriate way so that we can prevent that. So everything I'll try to get it covered under that. So if you're talking about the DDoS, what actually is a DDoS, that I'll just make you make you clear about it. The DDoS is a distributed denial of service. What it means, a distributed, take example, if I'll try to ping Google right now, and if I'll try to ping it continuously from my IP address, then in that case it's a DOS. I'll try to generate a traffic that we call it as a denial of service. We just want it continuously be hitting to the Google itself. That's one of the thing. But if I'm talking about a distributed denial of service attack, it means multiple source point is trying to hit a single target. Take example, there is a target and we have lakhs, 10 lakhs, 1 CR user at the same time trying to hit that target itself. That is coming under the distributed. So it might be a legitimate in couple of cases traffic. Take example, if a Google, definitely millions of users are trying to hit Google's per minute, so it doesn't mean it's a DDoS. But the thing is that it's a legitimate traffic. They have the intelligence over there. They can able to identify, okay, this is intelligence. They can able to identify whether the traffic which is hitting to the Google is a legitimate traffic, or they just try to this is utilizing only the energy, only the services of the Google, or they just the users trying to access something really from the Google itself. That's intelligence Google already having it. So not all the cases where millions of hits or billions of hits to the target, it's considered as a DDoS. But in couple of cases when a traffic is hit over there itself and they don't have any appropriate requirement over there to hit the target, but still they're hitting a target continuously, then we call it as a DDoS. So I'm reading that content for you. Attacks are not an unbeatable system, but rather a type of the cyber attack designed to overwhelm a target such as website, server, network. So these are the potential target coming under the category of the DDoS with a flood of malicious traffic. So you can generate a lot of traffic, which we call as a malicious traffic, which can hit to these components and make these services unavailable. Going further with that, the goal is to render the traffic inaccessible to legitimate the user. So take example, when you are hitting the servers continuously with your from your end itself with a distributed one, then definitely if at that same time any legitimate user is trying to get it access the same service, that person can't access it as it's already the whole bandwidth you are consuming it. You're not giving appropriate space to a legitimate user to access that service at the time. That was the reason we are considering that the goal is just to consume the whole bandwidth so that legitimate user cannot access the same service at that time. Going further with that, while they can be highly disruptive and challenging to defend against. So that's true about it. Like, this is really disruptive type of attack, and the motive is just to make the services unavailable. That's the main motive behind it. So how exactly we can going further with that, I'll just talk about it. So understanding the DDoS attacks itself. So if we just want to get it understood, this is just a description about it. Going further with that, if I just wanted to get it understand completely from end to end itself and what are the types of DDoS, everything I'll try to get it covered now. So types of DDoS attacks itself. What are the potential type of attack in DDoS category? We have it. So definitely we have a volume based attack, we have a protocol attack, we have an application layer attack. So what is a volume based attack? So it's, as per the name, we can able to understand, aim of to consume the bandwidth by flooding a lot of traffic to that section for it. Just a high volume traffic will be get generated for the target, so that at that time the legitimate user cannot be able to access that service. That was the ultimate goal of it. So that is coming under the category of the DDoS attack. This is one of the type of DDoS attack. What are the examples coming under the category? It's a UDP flood, it's ICMP flood. We can do that. It's simply we are pinging it continuously and we are pinging it from 10 million users at the same time. We can generate such type of DDoS attack. Going further with that, if you talk about the protocol attack, so what exactly is the protocol attack? That's also quite interesting. So exploit weaknesses in network protocols like a sync flood, ping or death. These are also one of the, like, in couple of cases. In this case, we are trying to use the exploit the weaknesses which is already be available, and we have a known exploit available over there, so we can utilize that, and it's reached to the point where it just convert to a DDoS. That was the reason we are considering as a protocol attack, where we are utilizing those services which are vulnerable and we can utilize that. Going further with it, application layer attack. In this case, definitely a target specific application or services. Definitely application are vulnerable to the DDoS, where we can generate a lot of traffic over there itself, and there is no appropriate control being placed on the application to control, like a captcha, such type of thing is not being placed. That was the reason we can hit it and make that application unavailable to the legitimate users. That's also a part of the DDoS. Going further with that, botnet. This is also one of the category for it. This is not a type of, but it's one of the category where many DDoS attacks are carried out using a botnets, which are a network of compromised devices controlled by an attacker. Take example, right now one of the attacker have created one of the malicious tool or any service, and that person is spread it to multiple guys. The person has clicked on it and their system, their mobile, their laptop is get it compromised. So at the time when that attacker wanted, take example, right now almost 10 million to 20 million systems are already infected with that service, which attacker have distributed across the globe. And now when attacker is want the action, then attacker will generate a traffic on the behalf of all the infected devices. That's coming under the category botnet. Your device, in this case, your device is infected and it's already compromised. You are generating a traffic from your system itself, from your mobile itself, but attacker is forcing that thing on the behalf of attacker. You are conducting attack from your devices, so you have become as a botnet over there itself. You become a bot. that we consider as a DDoS also. So that's a legitimate, that is a commonly type of attack. Most of the time we are seeing it. If we are talking about a DDoS, this is one of the way which we can see, like multiple times organizations get infected, as you can't trace multiple bots at the same time, and so many lot of traffic is getting generated for it. Now going further with that mitigation strategies. So we have talked a lot about like what exactly the problem, how exactly it impact, what are categories for it. We have discussed about the types also. Now little bit we have to talk about the mitigation strategies, how we can mitigate that. So rate limiting is one of the things. So what exactly is rate limiting? So it depends on it, whatever rate limiting you have to get it defined. If you're talking about the application, definitely you have to put the captcha, you have to like putting a captcha, you definitely have to limit that. You wanted only the human will interact with the application. Putting the credentials, the human should be there itself just to select the captcha. That was a rate limiting. It depends on it where exactly you want to get it implemented. So implement a rate limiting to control the amount of traffic a user can send to a server. This can help to mitigate the application layer attacks. Clear about it. So if you're using a captcha, definitely you can prevent it very easily. Not even a bot can solve the captcha, can solve the problems. Definitely if you have put in the captcha over there, so definitely you will mitigate your you can mitigate the problem of unlimited traffic to be generated for the application. You can solve that problem very easily. Going further with the traffic analysis and filtering, use the tools and the services that analyze the incoming traffic patterns to detect and filter out the malicious traffic before it reaches to your network. So there are a couple of tools, services is already be available. I can give an example. There are a few of the tool services provided by a third-party organizations where they wanted a traffic to be dropped over there itself. They will analyze the traffic, then they forwarding the traffic to the enterprise environment. They are not seeing your traffic, they are not seeing it. They just analyze it whether it's a legitimate traffic or it's look like something fishy. So that is the only thing. They just have to inspect, and then they forwarding a traffic to the appropriate enterprise environment so that you are on a safer side. Like in one of the bank I've worked for it, they are utilizing such type of services. They do not want the whole traffic to be hit the financial institution straightforward. That was the reason they are utilizing such type of services. So the appropriate stuff is like whatever the you have a CJ based, like I can say that critical applications you have it which is exposed to the internet and users are using it, and you are sure about it, this is a critical application, then you can make it the route when a person is trying to get it access your application. Before coming to your server, before coming to your application, that person is going to that organization, your traffic will be getting inspected and then it's get it forwarded. So that's also one of the concept that I'm talking about over here itself, to get it and tackle it, and then accordingly as per the legitimate traffic get it forwarded to the appropriate organization. And then whatever the controls you have it, whatever the appliances you have it, you can inspect. Like I'm not saying that you are not having the appropriate controls in your organizations, you have that, but before that there is a extra layer of security you are making it over there, so that you wanted unwanted traffic to be get it filtered at the third party end, and then legitimate traffic will be get it forwarded to your application, not all the traffic which is coming from the internet. Now going further with that, if you're talking about the content delivery networks, how exactly is it? CDNs can absorb the distributed network across the global network of services which have to mitigate a DDoS attack by offloading some of the traffic. So this is also one of the things which you can utilize it very easily, just to offload unwanted traffic. DDoS protection services, these are the lot of services right now we get introduced. If you're talking about the cloud, we're talking about the in-house services, lot of things are place itself, lot of tools are available in the market itself, lot of services are available in the market itself which you can utilize it just to prevent your application. So either we talk about the I can talk about the Cloudflare, we can talk about the Akamai, we can talk about the AWS Shield. These are the things which you can utilize it just to prevent from the DDoS, but it's costly. It's depend on it what type of plan you have it. So that's coming, and that's also one of the mitigation plan which you can utilize it as per your need. What's your requirement and for which you want it, you can utilize it. Now few of the things which I'm giving it as a I can give it as a point of view of the in-house, I can say that infrastructure. If you have your on-prem infrastructure, then what are the things you can do it? So indefinitely in case of network redundancy, definitely the point is like you definitely have you have to make a network in such a way where if you are generating, like if you're seeing a lot of traffic will be generated to the primary section, at that time a secondary section will be getting enabled. It should be going in active mode, so that either the traffic will be getting distributed or the traffic or legitimate traffic get it forwarded to the appropriate section for it. So that's also one of the situation, one of the scenario you can make it in your network to prevent such type of things. Like if you are seeing like a lot of hits, you are seeing it in your network, then in that case this is also one of the possibility where you can distribute it. You can use a load balancer in between of it. There are different type of load balancer. FI load balancer is coming in place. You can define appropriate I rules appropriately be in place. By that you can track, you can manage the traffic, you can forward the traffic to the appropriate nodes at the backside itself, so that you can prevent that. So if you have a appropriate configuration be in place in load balancer, definitely you can prevent such type of attack. So that's coming under the category. Even in the network level also, you can make it a different setup, which we call it as a redundancy type of thing, which can prevent such type of attack. If later phase itself, if a traffic is coming to that level and reach to the threshold level, at least you have a secondary section over there. It's just to get it fulfilled, and it's automatically be coming in active mode, so that a secondary can fulfill all the requirements and the legitimate traffic can go through that section also. Going to the rate limiting, we have all discussed about it, a captcha one. If you deployed the captcha on your, if you have integrated captcha on your application, definitely that is one of the solution. You can prevent your application from the DDoS, at least from the brute forcing you can prevent it, and even from the DDoS also you can prevent it, as it's required a human interaction over there itself, and the bot can't do that. Now if I talk about the next section is a geographic blocking, and this is most important. Like I'll give an example, especially in a financial institution or in couple of organization, if they think like the traffic which is generated for their organization is not appropriate. Like take example, if you're getting a lot of traffic, unwanted traffic from the China, you're seeing it from North Korea, South Korea, a lot of traffic you are seeing it, and you don't have any customers over there itself. Like especially for if a bank belongs to India only, like I'm talking about Indian based bank, if they have the customers only in India, they do not want anyone to get it access from I can say that North Korea, South Korea, China, as we don't have a customer over there itself. So that was the reason couple of organizations are making they are restricting the access from different countries, or I can say that they are allow only the India based, whatever the states over there it's in India, they are allowing the access only within India, within appropriate country, not for everyone. So that's one of the thing. You can't allow the access for all the countries across the globe. If you think your customer is present over there itself, only for those countries you have to provide the access, rest you have to block it. This will also prevent you from the unwanted DDoS attack. Incident response planning, this is this is also one other thing. How exactly is it? How have an incident response plan in place for dealing with the DDoS attack. This should include the coordination with your ISP, DDoS protection services, and the internal teams. So if you have an appropriate plan, incident plan over there itself, you know what exactly the reaction time, what other teams is getting involved at that time itself when such an incident happen. So in that case only, these are the things coming under the category of the plan itself, like incident response plan, which know like what actually the reaction, who will report that, create an incident, who will take the action on it, who will investigate on it, what are the things you have to get it, you have to take the action on that case itself. What's your backup plan at that time itself? If everything is not goes well, then what exactly the backup plan you can do it over there itself, just to get it prevented and make your system up, make your environment up. Then whatever the thing is, you can assume it, you can define it in the plan itself, and at that time you can react it. I'm damn sure about it. When DDoS happen, in couple of cases the people are not aware about it, what are the things they have to take it, what type of action they have to take it. Definitely you have to make the plan in such a way, you have to define all the possibilities, so that at the time of a DDoS or any type of attack is happening on your organization, you at least have some plan. You can take that as a reference and going further with that. So that's one of the thing. Now going further with the limitations of the DDoS protection. So I'll just come to the end of it. I know a lot of theory portion is over itself, but I just want to make you understand with that DDoS. Now in the limitation of the DDoS protection itself, like what exit the cost is one of the thing. Like it's most effective in the if effective DDoS mitigation can be most expensive itself. Like you require a lot of money to be getting spent on the service. Like Cloudflare service is not so easy or not so cheap itself. Akamai also is not providing a service in a cheaper way itself. AWS Shield is also not. So definitely, like you have to take a mitigation action itself. If you really need it, then definitely you have to go with those services. But if not, then definitely you can go for other mitigation controls also, which I have mentioned in the 8 points I have discussed about it. So couple of things coming under the category of the cloud, couple of things are coming under the category of the services, couple of things I have provided which with the on existing setup itself, just to tweak the controls, you can at least be on a safer end. That's one of the things. So it's cost effective, definitely, as you have to spend a lot of money just to prevent your organization from the DDoS. If you really need it, then definitely have to go for it. If your organization required that, then if you're not required it, don't go for it. You can put the appropriate controls be in place so that you can be on a safer end. Complexity. So that's also one of the things. Sophisticated attack may be require advanced solution and expertise. So in couple of cases, organizations are hiring not a trained professionals. They are hiring 2 years, 3 years, 4 years professionals itself. They are taking care of the whole security itself. That's also one of the concern. We require the appropriate trained professional expertise be required at the time of such type of attack. As I can say that with my experience, I can give it an idea about it. Like if you have worked in that section for a longer time, you know all the possibilities and what type of reaction you have to do it, what action you have to take it, you're aware about it as you have worked in it. But if you're talking about a newly joined guy or having experience of 1 or 2 years, that person have not that much exposure in that section, and definitely it will create a problem. That person be in a panic zone itself. That person can't solve the problem easily and don't know what exactly the action the person will have to take. That was the reason we required expertise over there itself at that time, so that the person can decide what action we have to take it and how we can prevent it. And talking about the false positive, aggressive filtering can sometimes block the legitimate traffic and disrupt the services. That's also one of the things. So we should be aware about it, what is actually be a potential attack and what is a false positive. If you are not categorize both the things, in that case definitely at some point of time, if you are continuously blocking, like in couple of organizations, what the people are seeing it, if they're seeing it, a lot of traffic is coming from one of the IPs, they're continuously blocking it. I have seen it in couple of organizations, in couple of my clients also, in couple of organizations I've seen it. They're doing it, they're blocking it. They're blocking the public IP addresses continuously. So just imagine it. In few of the organizations I've seen it, they have blocks almost lakhs of IP addresses. Just imagine it. That IP address is a random one. Like I'll just take an example. If one of the attacker is trying to get it attempted with any dynamic IP address, public IP address, and that attack conducted, I'll just block that IP address, and later phase itself that IP address is get it assigned to any legitimate user. That person is trying to get it access your application, but as you have blocked that IP address, you have already put it in a block zone, you can't allow it, then that's creating a problem for the user to get it access your services. So that's all about it. So make sure when you are blocking it, you have appropriate B controls over there itself. You have to review that IP address later phase itself, or whatever the mechanisms you can place it. Like in couple of organizations, I can say in financial institution where I have worked in earlier, so they have a mechanism. They can block the IP address, but later phase itself, by the end of the month, they will review all those public IP addresses which they have blocked in a month. If they feel like this is just an incident for a one time, then in that case they will release that IP address for later phases. That IP address can be get utilized. But if they're seeing like a similar type of traffic, they are it's a traffic will get generated. You are seeing the attack continuously from the same IP address. Definitely you have to keep it in block zone. But if you're seeing it just a one time, you are seeing a traffic, then in that case definitely you have to release that. So this is also one of the things you be sure about it. You have to remove the false positive. Now going to the last section, which are evolving defenses. Let me read the content for you. As attackers continue to evolve their methods, so too do defensive strategies. Staying informed about the latest DDoS attack techniques and the mitigation method is crucial. So as the attacker is continuously evolving a new different type of techniques just to perform a DDoS, so even the security professionals from a defender and also they have to be getting innovative. They should know the latest techs in the market itself, latest technologies in the market itself. Accordingly, they can make the mitigation controls in place so that we can prevent it. We have to be net to net with the attacker. Like whatever the strategies attacker is having it, we should be sure about it. Our professionals should have a techniques to that level. We should be aware about the latest trend so that we can make a controls appropriately in place net to net with the attacker. And the collaboration with the cybersecurity professionals and the regular updates to your defenses can help maintain a resilience against the DDoS attacks. Definitely, that was the point. If your professionals are a bit aware about it, they can make appropriate controls in place. It will prevent the DDoS attack. In summary, while DDoS attacks are a serious threat, can be challenging to manage, they are not unbeatable. That's true. Like in the beginning itself, I have put the title, but the thing is that as with the details which I have just explained to you, it's not that type of attack which can't be prevented. It can be prevented, but you have to be take care of it with the appropriate controls to be in place. You should follow these things, then only you can prevent. Like if you're saying like I'll just purchase one other tool and be in place, that will not prevent everything. Okay. With the right strategies, tools, planning, organization can effectively mitigate the impact of the DDoS attacks and maintain service availability. That's most important. Every organization wants their service to be up, should be accessible to the user. So that's our ultimate motive. We wanted that to be accessible for every user. At any point of time, if such type of attack happen, we wanted that to be get prevented with the appropriate controls be in place. So I hope you like this video. I try my best to make you understand about the DDoS, and this is one of the thing which I'm thinking about from a longer time itself. I wanted that to be get it, express the information about it. Couple of tools are available over there, but this is not the right platform just to get it explain you about what are the tools you can use it to perform a DDoS. I'm not spreading the knowledge just to use those unwanted knowledge. You have to use it in an illegal way. I wanted that you are aware about it as a security profession, even as a pen tester, as a red teamer, you are aware about these things. But I'm not promoting any tool on this video itself just to use those tools to attack any organization. I don't want that thing. Okay, as I'll be a security professional, I'll just know like what are the ethics, and we have to follow the ethics as we work in the cybersecurity. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much once again. Take care. Bye bye.